Hi, I'm Alessio Cavatore, and I'm a great fan of rock roar.
I'm Ronnie Manson of Manson Games. I'm a great fan of Rocco.
What's up, Wargamer? Here's Rocco from Fit Central Studio in Spain. Pluscraft Games is a Spanish company that makes buildings made of pre-cut plastic card. They have a lot of buildings and different varieties. Now we are focusing here on the buildings for Kensei. The torii is a typical Japanese torii gate that is put before temples, in the entrance of the temples, that separates the normal world of the spiritual world. In this video you will see how the material looks when you buy it, how to treat and build it, and you will see also the finished product. So stay tuned. ¡Desplegamos! Here we have a torii of Pluscraft game of the set Fouquet designer for Kensei. As you see, the presentation is really good. Let's look behind. Here we can see the pre-cut plastic card and the elements it has, in this case a roof. And here on the top you have the instruction in Spanish, English, and the material we need: a cutter, glue, and paint. Actually, it has a real good presentation. Also, now let's look in the front. Here in the front you can see the picture how the product looks finished, and you can also see a miniature so you can know how big this element is. Here on the upper side you can see the instruction in which order and how you have to build this gate. It is easy to understand and to follow. Now let's open it. Here we have the pre-cut plastic card. You can see all the elements. Here can you see the arch with the columns. You only have to cut them out with a working knife, and so you can put the elements together. Because it is plastic card, you have to work with this material, so it seems like the picture's wooden gate. To achieve this result, you will need metal files, sandpaper, metal brushes, so you can get this fine texture. Also, this set has only one piece to finish the torii, in that case the roof. The roof is made of black carton. If you can see, it is waved and really easy to work with. If you want, you can highlight it so you can see the shapes, or you can paint it with paint that hasn't too much water. Before working with this plastic card, you have to remove a transparent foil it has behind of the plastic card sheet. Then you proceed to cut them with a knife or cutter out. You have to follow the strange lines carefully, and you have to insist in the corners, because it's there where the pieces are put together. So with the point of the knife, you insist in any corner and until you can take out the different pieces. Now you can see I have quite work here to cut them out. And then this same piece has another two pieces inside. There are two little squares. I cut them out, so I get a finished piece. Now you can either finish all pieces, cut them all out, or you can cut them out and work with them. For the torii, I wanted to achieve an old wooded effect, so it seems a little wasted through the rain, the sun, and the climate, because it's something that is outdoor. So to achieve this, I cut the strange borders all with the cutters. I make them rounded on both sides, and I make little incisions so it's irregular. I make them look different all along. I can also make some little splints and more detail on the both borders. This process you have to make it in all the pieces. The best is to make them one behind the other, so you can work with the same tool all together, one by one, and all pieces. After this, you only have to take a metal brush and to brush all over the plastic cards, following the lines of the growth of the wood, so it looks real. You can make it look older with sandpaper, and now you only have to decide how much you want to look it old. You can also take a metal file to make the borders more irregular and make some other incision and to look splints. Now you only have to repeat these steps as much times you think it's needed to achieve the effect you want. After that, when you have all pieces, you can begin to glue them. You have to use instant glue so you can put them together. You can see it's really easy and it's really fast to get together both pieces. Now I will repeat it with the other part and put them together like this. Sometimes the glue gets outside of the borders. You only have to take a piece of paper or a cloth and clean it. Then for the sides of the dory, there you have to be a little tricky because sometimes we need to look the stability of the buildings. In this case, I glue first one side, you can see here, and then the other opposite side, so I get an S shape and the gate stands from his own. Now I only have to glue the other two parts and let it dry. So the gate is finished. As you can see, when painted, you can really see all the details and the wooden effect we have made. This is achieved because all the previous work we have put in it, with the sandpaper, the knife and the metal brush. For the first layer of paint, the first hand shouldn't be too watery, because the paint must stay in his place and doesn't get away when you touch it. After it has dried, you have to put a dark red, and then afterwards I put a medium red and a real outstanding brilliant red at least. All these colors were dry brushed over and over, so the details stand more out. Then I put some dark paint, again of red, in the parts where pieces get together to make the shadows more outstanding. So I achieve a really good effect, and it seems as the dirt and sand has accumulated in these areas. For the shield I use a clear color, I want an almost white wood, and the canvas I have taken it from the sheet that is inside the product. For the base I use a wooden base and put some sand with white glue, let it dry with some stone, as you can see. Afterwards I paint it, and when it's finished painted I put the dory on it, and I put also some grass to finish the product. Overall I think it looks really good when finished. The last touch you have to put in is to glue the roof on the top of the dory, and as I mentioned before, you can either paint it or not. I haven't. You only have to put a dry brush of a clear color to make the details outstand, or you can have a little base color. Don't water it because it is paper and it can get wasted. So paint it with a base color and some dry brush, and you can achieve real good effects with that.
¡Oh no, Dios mío, es horrible! ¡Destruirán el hobby! ¡No, Dios santo! ¡Ah, las miniaturas! ¡Que valemos del infierno!